Everybody, welcome back to the Outer Worlds. My name's June. Sorry about the erratic schedule lately. Head's been killing me lately. I try to make videos when I feel well. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, we have finished side questing as far as I know. And our rep is pretty positive for both Space Walmart and the Deserters. And Obsidian did its job real well. I'm gonna feel bad fucking this place over, but need my ship. Like, I'm playing as myself. I haven't played as myself in an RPG in a while. And this is something I hate about myself. I would be ruthless about it. Well, that's not the right word. Just be a dick about it. Like, this place is less heavily defended to snag their power supply for my ship than a whole Space Walmart town. That, and when I was about to yank the plug, Miss Parvati was like, no, don't do it. She claimed, oh, this lady just wants to light everybody up. She might be right. Or she might not want her town without power. You know, whatever. I'm still learning how to use this HyperX Cloud 2 mic. It actually works way better without the dongle. You'd think the reverse would be true. Oh well. And like I put in the description, this is my first time playing, so I don't know if a zap shotgun is good or not. Real quick, while I'm thinking about it, let me get chat and Twitter set up. to put those mods on it if I don't even know if it's any good or not.
Zoe says she fought her way out of a marauder camp with her own bare hands. Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
Yeah, but Obsidian did a good job with the guns already. All of them are fun to use so far, except for that shot cannon. I didn't like that.
Where are we headed? Anything else I can do for you? I am getting old, you know. These two lamps of mine are not as bright as they once were. Or I might have seen you for what you are. My dear, we are all visitors in a momentary universe. Our lives flicker in and out like the guttering of a flame. Here now, then gone. Me and mine are just carrying on as best we can, trying to live our lives in a way that does not feel wasted. A little prattling never hurt anyone, dear. You might even catch a little sense, if you listen close enough. I can't stop you from conducting your business down at the plant. I just want you to know that if you take our power away, you will have brought an end to our way of life. Not under Reed's watch. He and I would come to blows within a day, and he would never tolerate my tending to a garden. This is my home. It will be my home even if Reed cuts our power. Simple as that. That's because Reed was my boss. I was the cannery's one and only flavor specialist, you see. Remember that limited run of white chocolate saltuna? That was all me. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear. A fish rots from the head down. I do not blame the town. I blame the leader.
I do wonder how well off this town would be if they got the power. I still don't know what I'm gonna do, legitimately. Give them the power, give Space Walmart the power. I don't know. Yeah, so... Oh, God. That didn't look good. Okay, that whisper... Well, it's a suppressor, but they called it a whisper muzzler. That does work. It's pretty quiet for a shotgun. Yeah, let's save, guys. Good God, I did not know what I want to do. That's how you know the game's well made, or at least adequately written.
Ready when you are.
It's a shame there's more to think of in this first main quest than most games. Like just a lot of stuff that's out there doesn't even measure up to this first quest. Help Space Walmart, it's easier to get off the planet. Maybe there's a benefit, you know, in wider space. Or go with your morals, help the deserters, but you gotta go into that town, with troops. It's gonna be harder to get their generator. I do wonder if you could cut the deserters' power, but then help them take the town, like drive, Evil William Shatner off. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's why we saved. On my bitch puddin' run next time. I mean, not next show, I mean after this run, the next run will be my bitch puddin' run, where we don't give a fuck. We'll cut the town's power next time. I hope you know what you're doing, Parvati. That was your call. That ain't my fault. Oh no.
I think you did the rightest thing you could sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise. People I care for. even if they didn't care much for me.
Uh-huh. I think you convinced me to be a sucker like you, that's what I think. Oh well, I can't put that on her. My fault for listening to her dumbass. Huh. Again, that's how you know it's well written. Makes you think. It's cool. Cat lady has a serious Sam revolver.
One of us want to go see what happened?
Food's bound to spoil at this rate.
What happened? Sprat fell into a transformer again?
Adelaide's okay.
Something you need?
Yeah, I wonder if you have to talk to the villagers first.
Food's bound to spoil at this rate.
I wish I could do that. Okay, gone quiet.
Alright, I think the compass is just marking a location. Similar to Fallout New Vegas, that's all.
Hope Adelaide's okay.
What happened? Sprat fell into a transformer again?
Don't see why Thomas can't just get the generator up and running. Something I can help you with?
I don't know how much longer we'll last without power.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. What's on your mind?
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it.
Aw, right in the balls, man.
Home is where the heart is. Marauders took that saying a little too literally.
Oh yeah, it was down here. I was being dumb.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
Where's all that tough talk about, oh, you'd live here without power? Eh. I don't care about Reed. I don't know you nothing. I just need the power.
You killed my garden, destroyed my community, sentenced my flock to a lifetime of slavery in Edgewater for a power regulator. Well, shit, I wish it was personal. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
That's interesting right there.
You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together.
Would she even give any help? Sounds pretty pissed.
Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients.
That is a valid question.
Edgewater's cemetery's got corpses aplenty. Enough for a generation's worth of crops.
Uh-huh. And see, this is why I like Obsidian more than Bethesda. You can go with the quick solution. Just tell them, you know, tough shit, fucko, I need my ship, and get out of here. Or you can try to make things right. 'Cause it seems like Reed's pissing in everybody's cornflakes. If we get rid of him, everybody wins. It might be easier just to kill him, though, to be honest. It's the difference between a game and real life. Can't do that in real life. Yeah, these are good people, man. They would make that bigger town sing without, Eva William Shatner there. Excuse them. Sorry. I know top break revolvers aren't as strong structurally. But come on, who doesn't love that? Ah.
Everyone all right?
You could have shot him, bitch.
Wish we had some better rations.
We should keep our voices down.
I've got nothing on my bounty board. That's a good feeling.
No money to be made.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing with myself.
But yeah, what if Reed was out of the way?
Oh, I almost forgot. I'm contractually obligated to recite company slogans to any visitors. We'll get you mostly drunk at half the price. Spacer's choice. Coming right up.
Yeah, the bar kind of reminds me of BioShock Infinite in a Larry Flint sort of way. As in everything's fucked.
Another day at the cannery.
Don't go knocking your work. At least we've got one. Spacer's Choice, the brand of choice. Music to my ears.
Just the slogans, descriptions. Aramid ballistics makes the gold standard in entry-level troop protective gear. Plus they make this. Alright, let's go give Mr. Thompson an offer he can't refuse.
Just keep working.
Where are we headed?
I hope you write about this.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts? Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes. But I have done my best for this town.
You've done what it takes to stay on top.
I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home.
Not for long, it's not.
I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic. The very notion is just grotesque. A raw vegetable? Why don't you just ask me to go chew the bark off of a tree? We are a Spacer's Choice saltuna cannery. We eat saltuna here, and only saltuna.
That's cool. My suspicion was right. They do have scurvy.
I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible. The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanists couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse. You will excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
I'll just be honest.
Adelaide has been using dead bodies in her fertilizer? That's... Come to think of it, that's a stroke of brilliance. What a remarkably efficient solution. Recycling Spacer's Choice property long after its date of expiration. I was wondering about those missing bodies in Silas's cemetery. So Adelaide wants me gone. Trade my life for the life of the town. You understand what she's doing. If I leave town, I'm as good as dead. If I stay, Edgewater will die of attrition. Adelaide has discovered some secret cure for the plague, and she is holding my town ransom.
Well, I'll be honest, both of you are playing for your place, but whatever.
If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
I don't care, honestly. He was a little skeptical, but I'm surprised. Huh. I do not trust a snake like that. I bet you by the time you tell Adelaide what's up and come back here, that asshole will have everything fortified here. I doubt very much he would just step down like that.
Where are we headed?
We're headed into a trap, baby girl. That's what we're doing. Get my sweet tea. As I always say, I would shoryuken Debo for some sweet tea. It's delicious. Hopefully Debo would just do the Italian thing and take it as a joke, though. Hey, this little guy tried to shuriken me. Oh man, I messed up the pronunciation on that. Shuriken. Hey, this little Italian guy, he tried to get me. That's my tea, punk. Aw, oh, Debo, come on, I thought we were cool, brother. From what I've seen of Tommy Tiny Lister in real life, though, he's a sweetie. He's not at all like Debo. Except for when he has to be. That's his words, not mine. Be careful, Adelaide. I think it's a trap.
Look at that. The snake's come back.
Oh, hush your foreface.
I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward.
I honestly don't like her or Reed. I don't think there's any more juice to it. It's either that or walking speed. That's good too. That fiver, man, loses its durability pretty fast. Yeah, it's just one weapon. Let's do that. Those teeny tiny numbers are how the board views this community. Not very highly either way. Like they don't really care what I did. I don't see why they're bitching now. I mean, they got their town back. Shit, they're not even marking me down.
That was a good thing you did, Captain. Helping to bring the deserters and Edgewater folks back together. I hope you rest well on that.
Yeah, a little extra work never hurt nobody.
One of us want to go see what happened?
Standing around the campfire is nice and all, until one of us starts singing. Something I can help you with? Nothing. With the power gone, we've...
Alright.
I know, I'm trying to think.
Let's see if anything pops off. Then we'll go to the ship. And I'll probably call it for tonight.
I hear Reed's leaving town.
Wonder if corporate gave him the boot.
I doubt he would share his fate with the workers. He's probably gonna crawl out of town, maybe? I don't know. What up, Miss Amelia?
Abernathy's got some bounce in his heel. Must have heard some good news. Coming right up.
Friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still ain't past it.
At least you got your health.
That lady's gonna use your friend as worm food.
I hear Reed's leaving town.
That's one thing I don't like about this game, at least in Fallout. The talk and draw buttons were different.
Work your jaw on some Spacer's Chaw.
Meh.
Music to my ears.
Something got you down?
Nothing. Just don't want to fall sick.
Heard you've been taking down marauders.
Sorry, guys. I guess maybe the change doesn't happen until you leave the planet. Since this is an Obsidian game, I wouldn't be surprised at all if you head back to your ship thinking everything's cool and you get a call telling you to come back here. I don't know. First time playing through this game. I haven't looked up anything. I haven't spoiled it for myself. Digging it so far, though. Yeah, I forgot I got that religious weirdo back at my ship. There's my baby.
Okay, keep him quiet.
Yeah, I got Parvati set to defensive because she kept getting killed earlier. Oh well. Ready? Yeah, the auto aim snapped right off him. Yeah, this revolver kicks ass, but it heavy ammo tears up the gun too. Just in case you decide to leave or whatever.
Is this your ship?
Yeah, like
oh
that.
my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
Those people need you. Go back and be bored the rest of your life. I can't talk shit. I live in Delaware. The real life Edgewater.
Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Oh man, that would be cold. I'm not interested. Go back to town and die a boring death.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Edgewater was on the verge of collapse before you showed up. You sent them power, and now the town might see another season. And you talked Miss McDevitt into coming back to town. Maybe one day, Edgewater will have a garden where that cannery once stood. You ain't exactly a stranger anymore. You done some kindness hereabouts. I wouldn't mind following somebody like that. Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
That last part. That's the sound of somebody marking out. That's great. What is up, weirdo?
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Alrighty. We found his book, but he can't read it for shit. It's in French. Or is the way he put it. I can't read this. It's French. It's fucking French. Good God. Oh yeah, we should power up the ship, shouldn't we? That's upstairs. That's cool.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community.
But I don't have words for that, guys.
What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Lift off. Leave the shitty space Walmart planet behind. Yeah, they have scurvy. I love how that was my hunch, and I'm assuming a lot of other people's hunches too. But that's cool how they did that. They have scurvy. It's not plague, it's scurvy. That's just the opening of the game, man. It's great.
A communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Ah, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
I have migraines every day, but if I could slow down time, it would almost be worth it.
Oh, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kelly. Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her. Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place, and we can start by reviving the Hope.
You say us and we like it's a thing. Man, Deadpool would have hustled you 3 times already.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology years ahead of its time. I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you. Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
And this game makes me feel like Snake Plissken. That's a good thing. Everybody's dirty. Everybody has some sort of skin in the game.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy-like, ain't it?
Yup.
That's in pretty good shape, considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space, but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
Huh.
Fly-by-wire's pretty normal. Or leastways, that's what I read in the trades. I've never been on a real ship before. Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
Cool.
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was. Except for my schooling years, I was always beside him. Or tied to him. He used to carry me about in a sling when I was real little. When I got older, he set me to sorting tools and parts while he worked. Later, he taught me simple fixes like busted crate latches. Not on the regular. Once in a great long while, a Saltuna boat would break down on the pad. He'd always bring me along for those. Mostly, he did the same as me. Kept Bess, the cannery, running. Turned loaders, plumbing and electricity, some plastering. I never got the hang of that. He meant funny as in odd. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us. Because they were hoping their own kid would get the job and get sent back to Edgewater. When folk go away for schooling, they don't get back to where they begun. Not usually. You go straight to your first job, wherever the company's got an opening. I reckon you could say, no thanks, I don't want a job. But then you don't got a job. They're powerful good tests. They rattled off this whole list of names who'd worked on them, with fancy bits hanging off them. Doctors and esquires and the thirds. Even if you don't believe they actually catch what everybody's best at, everybody's got to take them. So at least it's fair-ish. Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling. Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed. About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh, look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
Does that fire her?
I so enjoy watching you sleep for hours on end, Captain. It's quite entertaining the way you drool and whimper.
You talking about the old guy, right? Cool, finally a place to store my junk. Man, this guy deserved to get crushed by my escape pod or whatever the hell I was in that crushed him. I mean, he sounds like Plankton, the former captain of this ship. He sounds like Plankton off of SpongeBob. Oh, why won't you give me the shrink ray, Rot? You're a douche. That's why.
Would you like a reminder on when your next shower is scheduled?
Sam. Huh. What up, yo? Yeah, Codsworth ain't got shit on you, huh, buddy? Close your home for you. I guess this is where Miss Parvati's sleeping. My bad, chica. Yeah, so he's not a real deal religious dude. That's why I refer to him as weirdo. He only joined the church to search for that book on the table. He doesn't care about any sort of God or anything. I guess the rest of these cabins are to show you're gonna meet more people along the way. Cool. So yeah, they would make up their rooms like, Miss Parvati and Mr. Max. Cool. Yeah, do your thing, chica. get this ship humming. Humming, like Jackie Gleason. Humming. Alright guys, I'm gonna save it here and call it for tonight. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna save it here. Alright, so that worked out alright. I thought I was gonna have to fight this town of deserters. The only one that was pissed was that old lady. Adelaide. But it worked out. They got evil William Shatner, Space Walmart dude to piss off. Yeah, I got nothing else to say, guys. It's late. It's 4 in the morning. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.